אנחנו במלחמה.
We are at war, not an operation, not rounds, but at war.
Welcome to the second hour of Wake Up America Weekend. I'm Sarah Williamson.
And I'm Michael Grimm.
We're going to begin again with that breaking news coming out of Israel. Scores of Hamas militants have infiltrated the Gaza border in a coordinated attack. Israel has been under attack from the land, from the sea and from the air as a rocket barrage began at last night or at 6 o'clock this morning in Israel. They have taken hostages. They've been taking over the border towns in this really unprecedented attack. So far, the Israel Emergency Services has said that at least 50 people have now been declared dead. 40 are now dead and 740 people are wounded. These 5,000 and more rockets sent in from Gaza into Israel have included towards Tel Aviv and Jerusalem.
Air raid sirens are ringing out across Israel right now as we speak. The Israeli Defense Fund they're mobilizing their soldiers, calling up reservists, and they have declared it an actual state of war. Joining us now with the latest on the attacks is the Jerusalem correspondent, Daniel Cohen. Daniel, what's the latest?
Yeah. Hey there, Michael. Sarah, I know that you know Israel well from your days here when you were reporting, but the situation in the Jewish state today is, in a word, frightening. Islamic jihadists have invaded from the Gaza Strip in an unprovoked surprise attack early this morning when when most of Israel, everyone was asleep. Now, I'm speaking to you from my home studio. Families have been asked by Homefront Command here in Israel to stay home, to lock doors, don't go anywhere. 5,000 rockets fired, most intercepted by Iron Dome. But that's not what makes this really scary and different. What does make it more scary? Islamic jihadists have infiltrated residential areas. They came across the border, brazenly opening fire, taking control of Israeli communities on that Gaza border. Now we're getting reports and hearing families hiding out in locked homes, frightened to death as terrorists are going door to door, dragging men, women, children out of the home, executing them in cold blood. They've stolen military vehicles. They've ambushed innocent civilians. The footage of Israelis being gunned down. I saw a woman's body being paraded in the back of a truck. It's so grotesque, we can't actually show it to you. At least 53 Israelis have been kidnapped, according to the IDF, taken into Gaza as hostages. Now, we just got that updated number from you, Sarah. 40 confirmed dead, now over 700 injured. Prime Minister Netanyahu is trying to reassure Israelis. Here he is, promising revenge.
אנחנו במלחמה.
We are at war, not an operation, not rounds, but at war. This morning, Hamas opened a murderous surprise attack against the state of Israel and its citizens. I convened heads of security. I instructed first to clear the villages from terrorists that infiltrated. In addition, I ordered a wide call for reservists to fight back with might and scope that the enemy has never seen.
Right now, there's actually another battle going on. It's the one over controlling the narrative, controlling information. So why is this happening? Israeli experts are speculating that this is actually an effort to stop peace between Israel and Saudi Arabia. Palestinian Islamic Jihad, Hamas, the other terror groups operating in Gaza, they're proxies of the Iranian regime. They get money from the Iranian regime. Yes, the same regime that President Biden just released $6 billion to in the last few weeks. And they believe Israel and the Saudis are getting too close. Ayatollah Khamenei called Israel a cancer and promised again that it would cease to exist. Now, one other thing, this weekend marks 50 years since the Yom Kippur War, which was also a surprise attack on Israel. Today is the Sabbath, and it's also the intersection of the Feast of Tabernacles. Tonight, the normally jubilant holiday, Simchat Torah. What should have been a celebratory day in Israel has turned into a devastating, horrific tragedy. And this is just the beginning of what is already escalating. Back here on camera, I can tell you Palestinian leaders are calling on Arabs throughout Israel to pick up arms and to join the fight, both in Gaza and in the West Bank. The Israeli Air Force has just begun its retaliatory airstrikes. They are hitting their targets. But the big fear right now, Michael and Sarah, is for those hiding, hoping, praying not to be found by terrorists. Can you imagine, with doors locked and the hostages in Gaza as well? It's a very fluid, very frightening situation.
Dan, I'm sure you've also seen those videos of the terrorists
Horrible.
going into these houses and speaking to them in English, saying that, asking for the weapon, saying, shut up or I'll kill you, things like this. It's just horrifying to see, and unfortunately we can't show it here on air because it's so graphic. But Dan, again, thank you so much. Keep your family safe, and I hope everyone is safe in Israel as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.